I'm grateful and honored to be invited and delighted to deliver the featured address of the installation ceremony. In fact, I must extend my sincere gratitude to my very good friend, Toastmaster Bhadra Arachige, the newly installed President of Toastmasters Club, University of Sri Jayewardenepura, for giving me this lovely, great opportunity to deliver such an important address in this event. My dear Toastmasters, we work in different fields. If we take, for an example, maybe in medicine, engineering, management, accountancy, law, social sciences, if you mention a few. I like to classify all these professions into 4 professions. My dear Toastmasters, one profession is the employees. For example, we work to a person or an organization or to the government. For example, us, we work to University of Sri Jayewardenepura. We are employees of University of Sri Jayewardenepura. The next category is self-employed persons. For example, some doctors, after university work, they go to their private practice or to their dispensaries. That's their self-employment. The third category is performing business. Sometimes you may have an additional house. You can give it on rent and earn some money. Now you perform some business. Above all these, the best accepted profession is being an investor. You don't work to another person or an institution for money, but you allow your money to work for you. For example, when we have little excess money, we invest in banks or stock exchange, all that. My dear Toastmasters, whatever the profession you do, and wherever you work, there's one very important attribution that greatly influences the outcome of your profession. It is none other than your communication ability. My dear Toastmasters, when I was small, along our road, there were 2 dispensaries. One was almost empty every day. The other one is always crowded. Huge queue is there. Once I fell sick. I was taken to this empty dispensary. There, the doctor was a very nice gentleman. He asked about my illness and he gave some medicine. Illness got cured. Nothing. Very good treatment. Again I fell ill. My mother took me to the crowded dispensary. We had to wait in a long queue. And with a lot of difficulty we reached the doctor. He's also a very nice gentleman. He asked about my sickness. And in addition to that, this doctor asked me how to prevent future such illnesses. And he motivated me to inform my friends also to prevent such illness in their families and in their communities. And I asked, Doctor, can't I get thinner? He laughed at me and told, dear son, for that you have to go to a pain shop. But at last, in fact, he explained how to get myself thin. My dear Toastmasters, now you must be able to understand why one dispensary was empty and the other dispensary was crowded. The first doctor, he gave me only information. But the doctor in the crowded dispensary, he gave not only information, but also he influenced me, he inspired me, he entertained me. My dear friends, today I am going to discuss these beautiful effects of communication for the development of our professions. When I analyze these communicators in our society, I come across 6 types of communicators. If you take one type, the struggling communicators. They take great struggle to communicate with the patient or client or the audience. The next type of communicators is the competent type of communicators. They can identify the situation, and for that situation they adapt very quickly and communicate. They are competent communicators. The third type of communicators are the memorable communicators. They deliver very aggressively and very, very effectively. I'll give you a few examples. The Gettysburg speech of Abraham Lincoln, it was delivered way back in 1863 in USA. He told, a government of the people, by the people, for people. This small phrase, it's everlasting, my dear Toastmasters, because of way of delivery. Exactly after 100 years, Martin Luther King, in front of Abraham Lincoln Memorial, in front of 250,000 people, he mentioned, I have a dream that sons of slaves and sons of slave owners will sit in the same table with brotherhood. My dear friends, in 1961, the 35th President of USA, John F. Kennedy told, ask not what USA can do to you, but ask what you can do to your country. My dear friends, these are memorable speeches. Why? The punching, delivery, and effective delivery. The fourth type of communicators are the pleasing communicators. They please the audience or their clients. For example, the religious leaders, they give their communication with a lot of compassion. So they can please the audience or their client. The fifth type of communicators are the influential communicators. They raise their finger, the index finger, especially the politicians, and they influence the audience and their clients. Finally, the best type of communicators are the inspiring communicators. They motivate us personally, professionally, emotionally, as well as spiritually. And they request and they appeal us to adopt a change in yourself, in your society, or in the country. Now you must be able to understand. The doctor in that crowded dispensary was none other than an inspirational communicator. Can't we be inspirational communicators? Can't we? Yes, we can. How? We need to deliver your communications not only to the head and the mind, but also to your client's audience heart. When you talk to mind and the brain, you can justify your position very, very logically. But, my dear friends, when you talk to the heart of a person, you can arouse the emotions of that audience or the client. Then you can influence, inspire, and entertain that person, and you can be an inspirational communicator. My dear friends, you get, in a lot of instances, opportunities to participate and do presentations in symposia, workshops, all that. How can you be a memorable, inspirational communicator? You need to divide your presentation into 3 areas: the opening, the body, and the conclusion. The opening should be a memorable opening. The body should carry some evidence to support your ideology. And the end conclusion should be a memorable conclusion. If you consider the large chunk of your presentation, the body of your presentation, my dear Toastmasters, you need to find few amount of contents. But don't go for 5, 6, 7, 8 contents. If at all, 2, 3, 4 contents would do. Enjoyment, interest should be maintained. Pace and the flow should be maintained throughout your presentation. The delivery should carry a lot of emotions, arouse the emotions of the listener, and interesting, intriguing, and arouse curiosity of the listener. You can give some reasoning, few facts in your presentation, that they can understand logically. But all above those, you must be unbiased. You should explain not only one side of the issue, all the facets, multiple sides of the issue should be explained to the audience or your client. The confidence, the perseverance, all these are very important. All above these, what is the most important for you to be an inspirational communicator? It is the confidence and the practice. I'll give a very small example. Barack Obama, the previous president of USA. Before all the speeches, he has rehearsals with his temper translator, Mr. Lee, not once, several times before he comes in front of the public. Finally, my dear Toastmasters, you are unique. Stop comparing with others. You can't be, I can't be another Barack Obama, Mahatma Gandhi, Kennedy, Abraham Lincoln, Martin Luther King. But find your passion, be positive, and be true to yourself. One day, I'm pretty sure you will be an extraordinary, inspirational speaker, and as well as you will be a very successful person in your profession in time to come. Over to you.